And you can hear me? Nope, you can't hear me. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Just want to do a sound check here. If you can hear me, everybody just put your hand up. Good. Go ahead and wave that hand. Hello, hello. I am in California, and so good afternoon here. Good evening, possibly, to you all in Maine. And I'm in California because I still have shorts on. I imagine it's probably cold out there. Now, I'm not sure. It's a good day today. Okay. It's almost 70 here. Almost 70. But we've been hanging in the 50s. Ooh, okay. Low 60s for the last couple of weeks here. So. Oh, wow. Welcome to fall. Yeah. Well, well, thank you all for coming in and getting this warm workout. It's health and wellness. So I'll give it a few more minutes and then we will get into this session. Thank you all for signing up and really deciding to do the work of anti-racism. It's important to the world. Before we get started, if you can do yourselves and me a favor, go ahead and grab some water. Probably there it is. Grab some water for yourself. So you stay hydrated. Yes. Grab your water. And you have the option of the yoga mat. We're also going to be doing some chair stuff. So if you want to stay there in your chair, that's all right with me. But water is not an option. Water is mandatory. Good, good, good. James, did you want me to go ahead and start reading and all that kind of jazz? That'd be great. Okay. So, let me see where I'll start. Okay, the mission of Maine Black Educators Collective is to support Black educators in the state of Maine through educational opportunities and social emotional connection. The Teach and Work Out event is sponsored by the NEA Foundation and supported by the Teacher Education Department of the University of Southern Maine. The first style of session is a teach-in that features an author of the chapter from Everyday Anti-Racism. And the second style of session is a workout, a Sure, please. Awesome. Hello, hello. Thank you so much. That was amazing, Dr. Larissa. If everyone could do me a favor and in the chat, just drop in, are they an educator? Are you a student? Are you a support? What position, what title do you have that attracted you to this workout? Who we have in the building? Who do we have in the building? All the way in Maine. Okay, we got some more folks coming in. Teacher, all right. Educator, administrator, special education teacher. Okay. Cool. Special education. I'm an educator. I love it. I'm an educator. I met you last spring. Hey, Janice. Good. Awesome, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. All right. It's Janice Ray. So I am also an educator and all the other things, as said before. And as an educator, as a yoga instructor, I look back now and I see like, whoa, a lot of stress comes with being an educator. I was an educator and going on campuses as a therapist. All right, so before I was that yoga dude, I was that therapist dude. And I was a super therapist. I would really be coming on campus with my cape on, flying around, saving the day. That's how I at least pictured myself. So I worked 5 days a week in the schools, and then I would work on weekends. I was volunteering, I was writing books, I was building programs, I was interning to go get more education and work for another. I was triple interning. I was all over the place. But it was because I loved my job. It finally gave me a sense of purpose. It finally gave me a place to put all the passion within my heart and to connect with students in a way that made me feel lifted as I was lifting them. I loved my job. I loved what I did. I loved it so much that I just overworked myself. Do me a favor, have y'all ever experienced burnout? I know your education, I know you teach from the heart. Have y'all ever experienced burnout? Go ahead and just drop a 1 in the chat for me if y'all have ever experienced burnout in any way. And if you don't know what burnout is, we're gonna get into it. I was experiencing burnout, and in therapy school, they teach you how to be there and take care of others, but they did not teach me how to be there and take care of myself. So I went through a time of burnout. I'll never forget. It was a Saturday, and of course I was working. Thank y'all for sharing in the chat. I was going from one event with a client, and then I was headed to another space to do some notes. All right, I was gonna go into my library, and notes is like homework for therapists. We gotta take care of all these notes and stuff. So I leave one event early on Saturday morning. I'm tired, I'm exhausted because I stayed up Friday night trying to get these notes done. I had problems with my administration skills. Don't judge me, please. I make it finally through one event, and I'm like, you know what? I've been working hard. I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna get some lunch and do my notes at the same time. We have a restaurant out here on the West Coast called BJ's. Big menu, variety of food, Pazookies. Great place to eat. I decided to go there, I get a little pasta, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have a little wine as I do my work, just like I see on TV and everything. Well, the wine mixed with the exhaustion, mixed with the fatigue, it was a lot. So I got back in my 2005 little Honda Civic that I had from back in the day. And it just hits me like, oh, I need to take a break. I'm just gonna close my eyes for a second before I get back on the road. Finally, I hit back into the car, get back on the road, and all of a sudden I'm driving and my head starts doing one of these. Have you ever been watching Netflix or in class or something and you're tired, you're trying to stay awake, but your head starts dropping that, right? So as my head drops, I look up and I see the dash. I'm going like 90 miles an hour on the freeway, headed westbound. I'm like, oh, I need to slow down. My head drops again. I pick my head up again. I gotta slow down. Finally, the fatigue, the tired, the emotional stress, the mental stress, the physical stress got to me. My head drops. The wheel turns and boom! I slam into the center divider of the freeway. My car does a full 180-degree turn across 4 lanes of traffic. Now I'm sitting in the middle of the freeway, facing the wrong direction. I see the back of the freeway sign, not the green part that tells you where to go, the gray part that tells you you're going the wrong way. I can barely see it though through my smashed windshield. The glass shatters and now I have little cuts and blood all over me. My driver's side is busted up and now my whole right side, left side is busted up. And then all of a sudden, the car door pops open and I just spill out onto the freeway like a can of beans. I'm on the actual hard freeway, and this is a busy freeway. The cars going by, vroom, 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 the trucks. I don't know how I'd survived. I don't know how I'm here today, why I'm not dead, or I'm not in jail for killing somebody else. Luckily, I made it to the side of the freeway. Stumbled, I made it through, got clear in my mind to the side of the freeway. And the first thing that popped up when I was on the side of the freeway is, what am I going to tell my clients? When am I going to finish these notes? How can I get back to work? I was so spun out on working and focusing on others, I couldn't even think about myself after that tragic accident. I still didn't realize it was time for me to change and make some changes until I came to work. And I had a supervisor. So this was a supervisor. She was super cool, really laid back. And she was like, James, I know you work out and stuff, but have you tried yoga? She had talked to me about yoga before. I'm like, not my thing. She kept hitting me up like, yoga, try yoga. And then finally I told her, I said, thank you, but black men, we don't do yoga. That's just something that we don't do. That's not our thing. But finally she broke me down and I got into yoga. I tried it out and it changed my life totally. It opened me up in ways where I was able to see myself. But that first class coming in, the first thing I noticed when I came into the yoga class was like, whoa, it smells like old yoga mats in here. I thought it was supposed to be all peaceful and stuff, but it's stinking here. Then after I got past the stanky smell, I looked around and I was like, okay, I'm the only guy in here. What is this? And I was younger than everybody. Like, all right, what is this? This is going to be easy. I'm a guy. I was macho man. I was doing it. So we get on the mat and then we get into this breathing and this stretching and all this kind of stuff. And as we got into this yoga, and as I kept getting into the yoga, it peeled back so many layers of pain, so many layers of hurt, so many layers of mistrust that were piled on by oppression, that were piled on by racism throughout my career in education to trying to attain my dream job and throughout my life. So as I talked to Dr. Larissa about this project, it really just sparked some things deep down inside of me that I'm just so grateful to be able to share with you today. Anti-racism in education is a pivotal shift in what we need as educators to move to the next level. So as I was reading the book and I came across Dr. Valenzuela's work, it blew me away. And this quote specifically, uncovering internalized oppression. Oh, this was big for me. So she says, long before ever setting foot to engage its students compassionately in analysis of how disparaging treatments of self arise, educators must become aware of the soul wounds inflicted by young group members on themselves. Educators' basic awareness of such dynamics promises not only to help students like Norma and Jovea, if you read the book, she tells you about those characters, but also to humanize and enrich the classroom and school experience for all. She is asking for us to reclaim our humanity, the parts of us that has been robbed away from racism and oppression that we face on a daily basis. And us as educators have a pivotal position to be able to navigate our students through an anti-racist education experience. But first, we must wash ourselves clean of the sewage of racism that we have been drugged through unwillingly. So as we talk about this, I just want to tell you a second story about the many faces of a black boy. All right. So as you see, Samuel Jackson, one of the greatest awarded actors, he just won like a Lifetime Achievement Award now. He's played many roles. He's had many faces to share with the world. He's inspired, he's terrified, he's created thought. He's just been all these things in these roles that he was playing. And as I looked and just thought about some of the movies and some of the characters that he's played, I thought about all the characters that I had to play as a black boy in school. When I was younger, I went to school in a predominantly black and brown community. In California, we have a place called Compton. It's a suburb of Los Angeles that's predominantly black and brown now. I went to school there. Saw a lot of familiar faces. Saw a lot of similar situations. Then, when I got older, we moved to a place where I was the only black boy possibly in my school. It may have been another boy that was biracial or something, but I was the only black boy in my school. So coming from one environment to another environment was a total shock to me. And I adapted by putting on many faces. I was cool with everybody. It's where I learned how to be cool. It's where I learned to adopt characters from television, from the Black Power Ranger that came on, from Steve Urkel, from the son from the Cosby's, Theo. These were all the faces that I would put on to try to navigate the society that didn't look like me. But it wasn't enough for one of the little boys. I remember vividly being on the playground and I could just see his angry face, his cheeks flushed with red as he was just screaming through his little braced face self and calling me every word that I thought did not belong on me, including the N-word. So yeah, he ended up, him and his friends, and he ended up physically assaulting me, kicking me and beating me, punching me. But more than the physical damage that he caused was me knowing now that not everybody liked me, that I couldn't put on a face that appeased everyone, and that racism was still there. So out of all the faces that I chose, he still saw the one that was black to him. As I got older, I grew more faces, grew more ways to protect myself from whatever racism and oppression was coming to me in the schools, going to different schools, burying more and more of myself behind the faces until I had to figure out who I was. I had to find myself and free myself. So through yoga and through therapy and through work that I'm constantly doing, I was able to build what we call here our freedom model. All right, freedom. This is our freedom model. So in this freedom model that I'm going to walk you through over these next couple of sessions, I'm going to give you a grounded framework to implement that wellness, implement that self-care, implement that positivity and peace within you so you can actually make those serious changes within your classroom. We're going to use this framework to dive into our own wounds and begin to heal, begin to free ourselves from them. The first part of it is the foundation, getting the foundation for who we are and building off of it. And we're going to talk about that. Then we dive into the resources that we have, and then we get into the engagement piece. How do we engage, how do we engage all the things, the tools and stuff that we have, and then how would you use them for empowerment? Of course, we got to stay disciplined in all the practices that we have. And then the fun parts of getting to observe the changes that we have made through engaging the tools that we're going to learn. What are the changes in the classroom? What are the changes in your community? What are the changes in yourself that we're going to see after engaging this freedom model and these wellness tools? After we observe what's happening within us, we get to multiply, we get to share it, we get to bring it out to the world, we get to be the teachers that we are and educating folks on these amazing tools that we're going to be going over here today. All right. So the first thing I want you all to do is, this is the foundation piece, is having an assessment, understanding where we are in our journey. As Dr. Valenzuela said, being able to understand that we have wounds too. Where are we wounded at? How we are? Are we in a place of just being crazy? Not even being aware of the damages, but still being affected by them? We may not look like Samuel Jackson in that role there, but we may feel crazy on the inside. And whatever crazy means to you. I'm just rolling with the C's here. Or cool. You've accepted that racism is there, and it's come with a sense of apathy. It's come with a sense of, hey, this is the life we live, and I'm just kind of getting along. I'm just being honest. Are you there? Or have we moved to the place of being able to care and be able to work with others to all heal as educators in this oppressive anti-racist system? So what I want you to do, I want you to pull out your cell phone, and you see that little scan code thing. I want you to go ahead and scan that code there, and it's going to lead you to an assessment. I would love for you to go ahead and take that assessment. You could take it after we go through this here, but I just want you all to make sure you get that assessment. Now, you can use this for yourself, and then you can use it for your friends, your family, your loved ones, your students, as we get into it. But this is the crux of our foundation. When you realize you want to make a change, understanding where you are to make that change. Setting goals, moving forward from where you are. So in the freedom model, the first step, the F, is foundation. And we start with a tool of an assessment to get an idea of where we were as we start to march forward and make some changes within our lives, to make changes in the work that we do as heroes of anti-racism. All right? Everybody have that code scan? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a head nod. Give me a woohoo. You can turn your mic on and talk to me. Good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So go ahead and fill out those forms now or later. But you know what, later, because right now I need you to do a little bit of investigating with me. All right. So, as I said, the first time I came into a yoga studio, I get past all my preconceptions. Oh, not sure how to scan. Mariah McCannon, stick around and I'll go back over it again, and I'll show you how to scan and everything. But you can just, but for when we go back to the slide, you just point your phone's camera at the little code, and it's going to give you a little link to click, and then it's going to send you to a magical world of the internet. Or yes, Dr. Larissa has a link for you to click. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to become investigators. A part of building a foundation is being an investigator, investigating where we are, growing that self-awareness, growing that sense of self, and understanding mentally, emotionally, where we are when it comes to anti-racism, when it comes to wellness, when it comes to taking care of ourselves. So we're going to dive into a meditation, an investigation meditation. So I want you to get into a comfortable position. As you see, I'm in my chair, and you can be in your chair too. My legs are relaxed. As you see, my hands just relaxed onto my legs. If you want to bring them to the side, whatever works for you. But I want you to sit up nice and tall. So the shoulders are rolled back, the chest is up, and you are able to breathe deeply into your belly. If you're feeling comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. The slides are not important right now. It's just about your breath, being able to breathe in and breathe out. So we're going to breathe in and out of the nose moving forward. When we breathe in and out of the nose, it sends a signal to our brain that it's time to relax. We're not in a fight or flight mode. Our central nervous system is receiving all the materials it needs to be relaxed, calm, and focused. Enjoy the gift you're giving to yourself. As we calmly bring our body into a relaxed state, focusing on the breath, allowing the mind to wander, and then when you notice it wandering, bring it back to the breath. The gentle inhales and the long, slow exhales. Notice the belly rising and falling as you inhale and exhale, along with the ribs, the chest. The shoulders rise and then fall gently. Relax the entire body as you breathe deeply. What we are doing here is investigating our emotional, our mental, and our physical. I shared my story with you. You showed up. You had a full, long day. Where are you now? This is a real assessment. Navigating through the tightness and tension in your back from sitting down all day. Navigating through the frustrations in your mind of where you feel like you want to be, where you feel like you need to be, what you feel like you need to have. Releasing any expectations of this workout and just being here. Being with your inhale and being with your exhale. Be with the softening of your face as you relax the jaw, the cheeks, the nose. Be with the deepening of your breath as you gently pull oxygen all the way down deep into your belly as it rises and falls. As you bring yourself into a state of super awareness, of presence, of here, of now, of breath, I want you to ask your sensations, ask your body, ask your mind, what vision do you have for anti-racism? What comes up for you? Was it a flutter in your belly? A tightness in your chest? Did you feel pressure in your temples along the sides of your skull, or notice your hands start to ball a little bit? As you envision anti-racism, is there a hopelessness there? Is there a questioning? Is there a search, a desire? When you think about anti-racism, do you think about your healing? Do you search beyond the external and look for ways you can heal? Relax your shoulders, let the tension fall out of them. Come back to your breath. As the thoughts pop up, no critique, no judgment, no thesis, no theory needed. Just bring yourself back to the breath. Allow the thoughts to pop up and go away. We are only assessing the thoughts and then returning back to the breath. This is an investigation. This is a research paper. This is a resource you can build with the bibliography of your breath. Gently inhaling and exhaling. We're going to take 3 more deep breaths. Searching for any tension in the body to release it as the exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. Searching for frustration, tiredness, weariness. Breathe in. Searching for worry, for doubt, for stress, and breathe it out. As you come back to your breath, come back to your focus, come back to your sense of purpose and drive and mission. and release it all again into the breath. Starting over with a new, fresh view of yourself, of the work that you are doing, of the changes that we see. Let's all take one more deep inhale here. Breathe in. And breathe out. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly start to come back into the room, into the space. Slowly blinking your eyes open, moving your shoulders up and down, moving the head, moving the body. Now, in my investigation doing this exercise, this mindful meditation, many things came up for me. Experiences of racism, experiences of apathy, experiences of hopelessness, and then experiences of the power I can take to navigate and move forward. So I want to ask you all, you can come off the mic or you can share in the chat. What was that experience like for you? If anyone would like to share. Did anyone feel different? Did anyone have anything pop up when? Thank you. Did anything pop up for anyone? Good, good, good. All right, we had a break in a busy day. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Cool. So part of the work that we are doing here today, the work out, is really a work in. We're teaching in and we're working in. We're going inside. Hopeful about anti-racist work. I love it. Thank you, Mindy Butler. We're going inside. And I want to prepare you with some tools to help us to go inside and do that real work. It is sometimes a war. So I want to prepare you. How much more I want to do for students who have experienced racism. Thank you, Leslie Kiesel. I was at peace until you said, think about the work of anti-racism. Then I felt anxious because I want to see that. Let me see that in my chat. Because we have such a long way to go. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes, we are going to experience those levels of peace, and then we get to go into that anxiety. We get to go into that frustration. We get to go in, but we go in from a foundation of freedom. We're freely going in to do the work, to heal, to relax, to breathe through it and have tools to navigate it. So our anxiety doesn't hinder us, break us, block us from the work that we're doing as educators. So thank y'all for coming with me. And thank you for feeling. Thank you for feeling. I know I've had experience of turning off my feelings because it was just too much. And I'm not a full person and I'm not a full educator unless I'm able to have my feelings and not let my feelings have me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's so huge and so important, a lesson that I learned where I can feel this, I can experience it, I can have it, I can go through it. But I don't necessarily need to let them have me and just reacting all the time and freaking out. Like Samuel L. Jackson, he'd be freaking out in those movies. All right, so thank you all for sharing and being open. I appreciate you all. We're going to get into some movement today. We're going to get into some movement. Go ahead and drop a 2 in the chat if you are ready to move. Go ahead and drop a 2 in the chat if you're ready to move. You've been sitting in that chair all day long and you are just ready to move. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, so boom, we're ready to get up and get moving. Snakes on a plane. If it was snakes on my plane, I would be moving it too. We're going to stretch, we're going to strengthen, and we are going to relax. First thing we're going to do, though, if you can, if Samuel Jackson can do it in a leather jacket and some jeans, we good to go. You got the right attire on. All right, just right now, though, I want everybody just to shift the blood and get the circulation going by just standing up. And if standing up is not working for you right now,
we can just lean forward and we can just press one foot and kind of sit up. But I want us to just stand up just for a second. Woo! And your body's going to give itself. All right, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to stop sharing. I want y'all to get the full view. All right. Can everybody see me? And let me see. And I think you have to do it on yours or to pin me to the thing. Pin me as, yeah. So if I'm the biggest square in your screen, I think by pinning me that works. All right. So we're just standing up here. I have the support of the chair. Nice. And I'm just kind of working it out, just moving. These muscles along the hips get jammed up all day in the chairs. The glutes, the thighs, the groin. So we're just kind of moving it out, relaxing, letting blood flow naturally, and just doing whatever movement that your body requires. Because our body talks to us and asks for movements, but not until we send another email, not until we answer another question, not until we have another Cheeto. So we want to be able to listen to our bodies and check in. And once again, if you don't have some water, go ahead and get some water. Good, 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 good. Nice. Checking in with your balance, checking in with your strength, your stability. This is an assessment, so we're just checking in. Feeling that breath. Good. So we're going to come into what we call our mountain pose in yoga. If you can see down to my toes, I have black socks on today. And gray toes, so you can see my toes just kind of lifting, and I'm just standing. But my toes are in line with my ankles, in line with my knees, in line with my hips, in line with my shoulders to the best of my ability. I'm going to take these heavy shoulders, I'm going to inhale, roll them up, and exhale, roll them back and down. Ooh. And relax the chest. I'm going to take my palms and roll them out. Coming into our mountain pose. This is the most powerful pose that we come into in our standing series of yoga. I live in Southern California. I'm surrounded by mountains. So when I work with my students, I tell them, you are as powerful as these mountains here. You are strong, you are abundant, you are solid. I also tell them, if everyone can follow me, cross your arms like this, come into this pose. Wakanda forever. I can't wait for part 2 to come out. Relax the hands, good. And we're gonna bring our hands now onto our belly. We're gonna check back in with the breath. Every time I breathe in, I feel the belly just kind of rise into my hands. And every time I breathe out, I feel the belly just relax and release. So go ahead and relax the shoulders. And we're just gonna take 3 of the deepest breaths you have taken all day. All the way down into your belly. On a count of 3, we start. 1, 2, 3. Let's inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Deep inhale. And a long, slow exhale. Yes, 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 yes. Once again, just checking in. What is the difference between sitting and standing, circulating, checking in with the body, checking in with the breath? Good. Listening, taking an assessment of where you are, what's going on. Good, 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 good. Okay, I need to get a little bit closer to the camera for this. This is another important, very, very important move. I want you to take the corners of your mouth here and then bring them up for a smile. Let me see y'all smile. Cheese. Yeah, there we go. Educator smiling. I love to see it. All right, we're going to come back into our chair. Good. I'm going to show you a couple of moves, a couple of postures. Good. And I'm going to show you them standing up. Let's see, it went back. Good. All right, so that's what the pose looks like when we're on our yoga mat. But I'm in the chair now, so I'm just going to show you. It looks like this in a chair. You're relaxed, you're seated. My knees are still hip distance apart. I have an awareness of what's going on in my body. So my back is still sitting up nice and tall. My shoulders fall away from my ears. My chest is open, and I'm breathing here. This is our seated pose. In yoga, this is our easy seated pose.
We're gonna move from this pose, but most importantly, we're gonna breathe in every pose. Every pose requires a deep breath to keep that connection. So yoga is a word that means unite, to bring together, to yoke. And what are we bringing together? The mind and the body. How do we do it? With the breath. So let's inhale, bring that left hand up and into the sky. Reach up, stretch up. Good. Now I'm going to take my right hand and drop it down. Good. So my left hand comes over to my right side. Ooh, for a deep stretch. You feel your ribs opening up? You feel that left side just opening up like a bag of chips. Just open up and all the goodness come out. Stretch and breathe in. We're going here for another 3. I want you to roll that top shoulder back. Ooh, so your armpits are pointing straight up, getting some sunshine. And you feel that stretch there in that lymphatic cleansing gland. Good. Take a deep breath in, breathe in, and then slowly come on back and down. Good. All that blood rushing into the side, circulation increasing. Inhale, bring that right hand up into the sky. Reach up, stretch up. Good. Reach up a little bit higher. Ooh, good. Then I want you to relax that shoulder. Shoulders relax. And then we just see if we can bring that right hand over to the left side. You're dropping that left hand down. Let me show you like this. I want to... Good. Ooh, feel that stretch. Now, I feel the stretch all along my hip, my oblique, my ribs, into the gland in my armpit that flushes the body out along the arm. I like to call these sides my in-love handles because I'm just in love with my whole body. Good. Inhale, slowly come up. Let's bring both hands up into the sky. Now, navigate your shoulders. If you can bring them up higher, go ahead. If that's okay to bring them down. It's wherever your body's feeling. It's always an assessment. It's not about no pain, no gain. It's about an assessment. We're going to hold it here for 5. I want you to straighten the arms and then relax the shoulders. Good. 4. Breathe into the belly. Let that heat build. 3. Keep focus on the breath. 2. On the 1, we're going to clap our hands. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, let's do that again. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. And then slowly bring the hands down. So I'm going to blame it on the internet that there's a delay because I know we're all in sync and working together with the hand clap. Let's bring our hands together in our heart and let's take 3 deep breaths here. Breathe in. And then breathe out of the nose. Practicing stillness and control. Breathe in. And breathe out of the nose. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the chest. Breathe in. And breathe out. Relaxing the jaw. Good. I'm going to drop my hands down to my legs. And then we're going to shoulder roll it here. I'm going to take these heavy shoulders and inhale, roll them up. Squeeze. And exhale, roll them back and down. Whew. There's a lot of tension in there. Inhale, shoulders roll. Squeeze, exhale, back and down. You are carrying generations on your shoulders as educators. Go ahead and shrug that weight off. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, back and down. Good. We're going to go the other way now. I'm going to inhale. My shoulders roll backwards first. Chest expands. Heart opens. We know we need that heart to open. And then squeeze at the top. And then roll forward. You feel the shoulder blades separate and the back open. So we're going to roll backwards. And then forward. Checking in. Always breathing deep. Inhale. And exhale. Oh. Good. Relax the hands, relax the body. I want to take my right ear and gently drop it over to my right shoulder. Good. Now both shoulders relax. We don't want them to scrunch up. Get the shoulders away from the ears. You have an option. You can take that right hand, bend it, and bring it up and over to grab the left ear. If that feels good, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Slowly relax that hand and bring the head back to central, just center in the middle. Breathe in. Exhale, switch sides. Shoulders relax as I bring my left ear over. Feel the stretch to the right side of my neck. If you want to add that left hand to the right ear, see what that feels like. Explore. assess. No critique, no judgment. You don't even need to grade yourself. Ain't that good to hear? You don't have to grade anything. Inhale, slowly bring the head back to center. Nice. Let's take a moment to appreciate center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. I'm going to take my chin and I'm going to drop it down to my chest. And I'm slowly going to roll my head, bringing my chin to my right shoulder, and then circle it around like a clock, bringing my chin up to the sky. Good. And over to the left shoulder. Let's take about 3 of those circles, just gently taking your time, once again exploring, experimenting, always breathing to keep your focus, and gently moving to assess what's tight, what's tense, what's sore. Good. And then slowly we're going to go the other way. Bringing that chin over to the shoulder, bringing it down. Yep, drop the chin towards the chest. Feel the stretch in the back of the neck. Ooh. We don't always get to these spaces and places. Good. Nice. Think about one more with the breath. Awesome job. Relax the head, relax the neck and the shoulders. Just kind of roll it out. The head, do what feels good to you after all that blood being sent to the neck, to the head, all those blockages you moved. Good. Nice. Whew. On the next inhale, let's breathe in, bring both of our hands up and into the sky. Reach up, stretch up. Full body stretch here. Exhale, drop the hands down to the side. We're gonna do 3 more of those, nice and slow with the breath. Inhale. Improving lung capacity, stretching the upper body, strengthening the spine. Exhale down, strengthening the arms, the shoulders. Increase and strengthen the core. 2 more. Inhale. Being mindful of our movement and connection with our breath. Good. Inhale. 1 more. And looking cool while doing it. Exhale. Nice. I'm going to take my left hand and bring it up into the sky. Reach up, stretch up. Everybody wave the left hand. Good. The princess wave. Working out the wrist. Ooh, I can hear your wrist popping from here. Good. Working it out the other way. And as you rotate it, spread the fingers. Get in between the fingers, the tendons, the carpal tunnels. Good. I see computers everywhere and phones. We just using our fingers. I see pianos. We just using our wrists and hands. Good. Now I'm going to take this left hand, stretch up, reach up, open it up, and I'm going to bring it across to my right knee like I'm putting a seat buckle on. Hop in the car, safety first, and I'm going to gently turn my body to open up and look in the back seat. Tell those kids to stop all that noise. I feel that twist in my spine and my body. Go ahead and relax the shoulders though. We're gonna relax. Good. And feel that twist. If you want more of a twist, you maybe wanna take that right arm up and over the chair or to the side of the chair and feel that chest open up. Oh, you feel that spine crack, but relax the shoulders, relax the chest. This is easy, we're breathing into it. I want you to feel that breath come all the way down to cleanse your spleen, your bladder, your gallbladder. We're here for another 5. Breathe and relax. 4. Soften the face. 3. Extend the spine. Sit up tall. 2. And 1. Good. Slowly turn around, coming back. Always appreciate
appreciating the center, the middle of the journey. A shoulder roll here, inhale. Squeeze and exhale, roll back and down. Being present. Inhale, that right hand reaches up, stretches up. Oh. Wrist, rotate, flick of the wrist. Good, you can make it look fancy. My little sister, she was in baton twirling. So she used to do stuff like that in the parades and everything. Good, then we'll go the other way. Wow, you can just really hear the crunch and munch in my wrist right now. Good. Y'all remember crunch and munch? The little like poppycock and all that? Okay, all right. Reach up, stretch up, Cracker Jacks, and then slowly bring that seat buckle over to the other side, strapped in, and we gently twist and turn to look over that left shoulder. Adjustable, go to wherever you need to. Oh, to get that lower back, baby, to stretch out. And in yoga, we don't yank. We don't pull, we just gently ease into it with breath. Good. And I see we have one of our friends who wants to do some yoga too. A little doggy friend. Good, let's take 3 more breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more, breathe in and breathe out. 1 more, deep breath in, then deep breath out. Good. Inhale, slowly come into center. Nice. Shoulder roll here, breathe the shoulders up, reach up, stretch up. Inhale, squeeze at the top. Exhale, rolling back and down. Let's bring those shoulders up once again. And exhale. Good. Relax and release. All right. From our sitting position still, I want to show you a little forward fold action here. All right. So in yoga, in our standing series, we do a lot of forward folds to help strengthen and stretch in the back. Good. And so I want to show them to you in all the standing poses, but still we can stay in the chair. So what we're going to do, my feet are pressed gently into the ground. If you're short, it's okay. You can let them swing. And I'm going to inhale, raise my hands up into the sky, reach up, stretch up. Good. And then as I exhale, watch this, I'm going to slowly lean forward. Let me show you from the side. Give a better angle. I'm going to lean forward. Now you see how my back is pulling away from the chair? Ooh, I'm stretching. I'm pulling out of my spine, giving that a deep stretch. Always checking in, no pain. Don't do it if it's pain. Exhale, falling forward. Ooh. And scoot away from your desk so you don't bump your head. You're just reaching out in front of you. I'm bringing my chin towards my chest to feel the stretch in the back of my neck, all the way from the tailbone to the base of the skull. Now get comfortable here, just breathe. I want that lower back to just be released as you fold forward. You can start to walk the hands out in front of you, pulling the upper body away from the lower body for a full length stretch. Soften the face, soften the shoulders, feel that blood rush towards the head, invigorating you through circulation. We're only here for another 5. Breathe. 4, relax the head, shake it out, shake the hands, just shake everything. Don't let anything be tight or stiff. The legs, the shoulders. 3, breathe. 2, and 1. Inhale, slowly start to roll up and out. Bring the head and shoulders up last, taking our time. Feel that spine in its natural curvature as it opens back up. Healthy spine, healthy life. Ooh. Now I'm going to take both of my hands and reach them into the sky, all still in the motion, all staying with the breath. Now you see how my arms kind of come back behind my ears and my chest just opens up. Ooh, good. I'm going to bring my arms back behind my ears, and then I'm going to bend my elbows like a field goal post, like a cactus. And slowly bring my chest up into the sky. Bring the arms down for a full body good morning stretch. Ooh, good. So it's okay to make strange noises. This is yoga. You can have your mic off and get that release out. We're going to do that 2 more times, that whole sequence. Stay with me, keep breathing. Inhale, let's bring both hands up into the sky. Breathe in, stretch up. Good. Exhale, lean forward. Stretch the whole body. Good. Reach the hands out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, slowly start to roll up, chin towards the chest. Stretching, rolling, invigorating, flooding the body with oxygen. Coming up nice and slow. Both hands reach up into the sky. Inhale. Slowly bring those arms back. Chest opens. Shoulders roll back and down. Bring those arms down. Elbows bend. Chest opens up. Chin to the sky. Chest to the sky. Full body back in here. Good. Whew, yeah. That was a good one. Last one. Come on, come on, come on. We're getting energized now. Last one. Breathe in. Slowly bring both hands up to the sky. Reach up, stretch up. Spread the hands wide. Spread the fingers wide. Push down with your feet. Pull up with your arms. Getting taller. Stretch up. Exhale. Lean forward. Chest pulls away from the tailbone. Whole body elongates. Fall forward. Relax and release and letting it all calm down. Good. Shake your head to the left, to the right. Release any tightness, any tension you may find here. And then slowly start to roll up. Gather. Breathe. Roll. Coming back into that sky. Bring both hands up into the sky. This time, I want you to bring the arms behind those ears. Stretch out. Good. Bring that chest forward. I want you to look up into the sky. Bring your chin up. Stretch through your throat. Stretch through your back. Stretch through your being as you pull the arms down. The chest up. Shoulders roll. Good. Let's do a shoulder roll here. Breathe in. And then exhale. Relax them back and down. One more of those to keep that circulation. Shoulders roll. And exhale back and down. Good. Turn your chin over towards your left shoulder. Feel that stretch in the neck. Turn your chin over to the right. Good. Inhale, coming back into the center. Let's practice stillness here. So I'm going to bring my hands into my chest. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Letting all that blood and circulation, all that energy, but we're going to practice being still with it. Anxiety is energy. Anxiety is the other side of excitement. Learning how to channel that energy into calm, into relax, into focus by being still and breathing and letting the thoughts come and go. Let's take a deep inhale and a long, slow exhale. Deep inhale. And a long, slow exhale. Good. Relax, release. Now take that energy and everybody just shake it out. Shake the head, shake the shoulders. Shake it, move it, whatever. Make that horse noise. Good. Shake it out. There we go. Get it out, get it out. Get it move, 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 move. Our kids want to move, and we still got that kid in us that want to move. Electrify yourself. Good, good, good. Good electricity. All right. So, do me a favor, please, and just drop it in the chat. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Go ahead and give me some words of how y'all doing, how you feeling. Let me know. We just went through some movement, went through some breathing. What is going on with y'all? How you doing? Good. What are y'all feeling? Good, good, good. Great, great. Feel good. Nice. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. A little sore, but better. Nice. All right. Working through the soreness. Nothing better than yoga to work through the soreness. Oh, you're so welcome, Janice. Hope I'm saying it right, Janice. So we did these poses sitting that are on the mat too. So the thing about love about yoga is it's so adjustable. It adjusts to wherever you are. So as you assess where you are, as you find out what your body needs, as you find out what your mind needs, whether it's more action, whether it's more peace, more calm, more focus, you can adjust as needed. And so these are some of the lunges and things that we will be getting to. Downward dog. We got the expert in downward dog right there with Miss Leslie Kazel. And cobra positions. All right, these are all physical postures that we'll get into and that we do and stuff. But the most important thing is still the breath, the warriors, the balancing. This is just the toolbox. Sometimes you need a hammer, sometimes you need measuring tape. But it's always about you advancing your practice. One of my favorite movies that he did. The thing about Samuel Jackson is he always had great hair in movies. He made sure he had some kind of cool hair. This is one of the coolest hair. So we're talking about our practice, right? We're talking about practice. And our practice, yoga, meditation, and mindfulness, is something that we have to do on a regular basis. Racism doesn't take a day off, so we have to continue to practice. And as we continue to practice, we develop a inner light, an inner guide for our students to follow into their own peace and wellness. If I'm sitting up in the classroom and I see a teacher that is calm and that is able to navigate me through the experiences of the internal racism and those battles, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more connected. So we'll talk more about how we can make yoga, meditation, mindfulness a practice in the classroom, at home, all over. We can do that. As we go through this series, we have 3 more sessions that we're doing. I hope you all take time to join us. That would be great to see your faces again. And I want to talk about some of the things. I love how the book broke down. There he goes with that great hair again. And the mustache included. I love how the book broke down after every one of the chapters, a principle, a strategy, and what is a goal to do for tomorrow. So, did everyone read the book or check it out? Cool. So this is a discussion piece. This is the time I would like to discuss with you. What did you get from the book and those chapters and stuff like that? Because these are some of the things that I pulled from that chapter and I wanted to apply today. First, the principle of self-awareness is anti-racism. Self-awareness, self-care, wellness, personal development, awareness of oneself, all those type of things is anti-racism. When we become aware of who we are, authentically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, we see beyond racism. We see into the heart of ourselves and the heart of the people that is there here on this earth and on this planet with us. And that's something that I think is the most powerful tool in anti-racism. So that was the principles that I pulled from these chapters and reading these books. And so that is a principle that I'm taking along with me. When I think about principles, they have to be things that I pull into the real world, into action. So if I'm in a classroom with a student in incidents of racism or incidents of racism comes on campus, I have to always come back to awareness of myself. In what way am I perpetrating racism? In what way am I being affected by racism? I have to go to myself when it comes up. That's a principle that I'm developing and working on and living as a part of this book. All right. And a strategy for that is we have to continue daily assessments of our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So I sent you all an assessment, and we'll go back to that slide later. But it's a daily thing. If someone goes in, it was happened today. I'm walking down the street, and I'm seeing someone. I see them as a specific ethnicity or background, whatever, something like that. Let me make an assessment on what they need, not based on what they look like, but who they are. How am I feeling? What am I behaving? How am I responding? Where's the tension in my body? Where's the tightness? Where's the anxiety in my body? Constant assessment using these tools, the assessment that I gave you, as well as the breathing, as well as the mindfulness and the movement practices. Constant assessments. It goes on, it goes on, it goes on. And then some things that we can do for tomorrow is reassess those goals for wellness. What do we want out of wellness? What is wellness for us, and what do we want out of it? So we can talk about these and talk about the book, but I want to hear from y'all. I've been talking all day. So please turn your mics on. And what was your thoughts on this chapter of internalized oppression? How did it affect you? Um, Janice Ray, how did this chapter affect you? Mm, mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I, yes. Mm-hmm. I do, I do. So, mm-hmm. Okay. So, do you all remember like your first day of school, whether teaching school or going to school? It was a mixed bag of emotions. Oh, is my friend going to be there? Is my teacher going to be cool? Are those things going to be happening? Or even your first day of summer break and getting out, your first day of going on a vacation, your first day of going to get a new car or something fun. You are excited because you have a future anticipation of something good happening, something amazing to you. So you have a rush of energy, an emotional shift. Something good is going to happen to me in the future. I'm anticipating. I can't wait. I am excited. We see it in kids all the time. I'm so excited to see my friends. I'm so excited to do that. On the other side of that coin is that anxiety piece. It's still ourselves being brought into the future, but we see it as a negative thing going to happen. The anxiety of going to the principal's office, the anxiety of going in to have to talk to parents and students who have been struggling, the anxiety of dealing with a coworker who you're not collaborating, you're not working together. You're in that future, but the future is looking bleak, is looking dark, is looking stressful. So it's still the energy that has been brought up from you from being in the future. But on one side, it's negative because you think the outcome is going to be negative. On the other side, it's positive because you think the outcome is going to be positive. So it's all energy and being able to navigate that energy within your own mind. So just like I love speaking, I love public speaking and getting in front of people, doing assemblies, doing workshops. And I have a energy of anxiety when I come in. I'm like, oh my God, there's so many people. What am I going to do? What am I going to say? I forget. I have to really talk to myself and tell myself, no, no, no. This is energy, and you are excited because you have the ability to share these gifts and these tools with people and change people's lives. You have the ability to express yourself. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. And then that anxious energy turns over into excitement. Oh, I can't wait to get out there because it's going to be great. So having that mental perspective of flipping the coin of anxiety over into excitement about whatever you're stepping into the future. Thank you for asking. And Janice Ray, you brought up a point of navigating the needs of students' behaviors, because the behavior is, a lot of times those behaviors are behaviors based on their stresses and anxiety. Okay, so for instance, I believe the name was Jovita of the student who she wanted to be like. And so outside looking in, you probably couldn't understand why they're fighting. She probably didn't even understand why they're fighting and stuff like that. So being able to give the students space within themselves, being able to give them students an assessment of themselves and their needs to make that connection of, hey, I don't have a real reason to dislike this person. Let me start to be aware of myself. Let me start to be aware of what's going on with me. Now, initially, I used to think, this is a little too advanced for most students. But if you give them space, they will develop that awareness to see, hey, this is just me tripping, as the kids say. I'm just tripping right now. Well, I'm old. They don't say that anymore. But for them to have that awareness of like, no, we're the same person. We just navigate in this space in different ways. And once again, it's just going back and flipping that mindset. Okay, this is not me looking at this person as my enemy. This is me looking at a mirror of myself. And how can I be more expressive in working with this mirror? So thank you. Anybody else want to share on what they got out of this chapter experience? Yes. And can we hear from the dog as well, please? What's the dog's name?
Dog's name is Dobby.
Dobby. Okay. Hey.
He was a rescue. He was a very emaciated puppy last year. Hurricane Ida came
Mm,
and now they told us he'd be 45 pounds, and now he's 65 or 70 pounds and not been growing yet.
all right.
Fantastic downward facing dog.
I bet.
I think what stood out to me growing up, I went to high school in a town outside of Philadelphia where we had several different factions of the mixed students in my high school, and I never quite understood the divide. And then later it was explained to me the difference between the Mexican students and the Puerto Rican students, and some of the just bad blood because Puerto Ricans could come into the country legally without a problem, while the Mexicans had to either, they were coming illegally or they were, they had to work harder to get into the country. And so that was really evident in my school system. And, the story with Jovita and the author was like amazing because suddenly a light bulb went off in my head about it. It makes sense. That difference in coming into the new culture or coming into a culture that wasn't theirs and how they then took it out on each other, really. The frustrations that they had because of that internalized depression and how that really played a role. So that was just mind-opening for me. And seeing that within the town where I grew up and kind of seeing that somewhat now, not as dramatic, not as violent in it means, but kind of seeing how some of the students in my school who some speak Arabic and some don't, but they're, all basically first generation Americans. And so seeing how some of that tension happens when someone looks at another one and goes, oh, don't you speak Arabic? So kind of seeing some of those pieces playing out in front of me as well, it's just kind of opened my mind to where some of that comes from.
Wow. It's powerful. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. And that reminded me of, as I said previously, going to an all-white school after being in a school where there were no white children, and adopting those different masks was adopting different cultural identities. And then it became apparent. Then later on, getting into high school, there were more black students, but then there was a separator. Oh, you are this kind of black. So this is how you behave and express your cultural identity. And you are this kind of black, and this and that and this. So it was all these different positions that people took, children, we took in our position to align with cultural identity, to align with the benefits that came with that cultural identity. Unbeknownst to ourselves, we're suppressing who we authentically are to try to align ourselves with whatever benefits we thought would come with being like this or being like that. So we saw those expressions in fights and disagreements and things that we still see today. So yeah, very powerful. Thank you. Would anyone else like to share? I see some chin scratching and some thinking. Anybody want to share some thoughts? All right.
I'll share. Well, this is something I've been studying for a while. But what I'm really starting to become aware of is that in the current assessment that we are making around internalized racial oppression, I believe we're giving, even with the use of words like privilege, we're giving white people like an out that they don't face and deal with their own internalized racial oppression. And clarify myself, like you was just describing the different masks that we wear. I witness it every day, especially down at Harvard. People put on white, black, everybody's putting on a mask. I believe it's more of a symptom of capitalism than modernity. And it fuels itself in order to get us to just work and chase a consumer lifestyle. We're always looking to be better or greater or something than the other. I'm older. I'm old, so I'm going to tell myself I'm old. But when I was growing up, my mother and father used to always have an expression: don't try to keep up with the Joneses. But now, it seems like that's all people are engaged in, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And I think it gives everybody an out. So we start to externalize our own lack I'm sorry, I'm trying to filter out some things here. As Lacan says, there's this theory called lack. And when we lack something, we externalize the reasons of why we're lacking by superimposing the reason for our lack on other people. I lost my job because those Mexicans are coming in, or I'm being, I don't have nice clothes because the blacks are wearing couture now. And so there's all this. I don't know. I just think in American society we have lost our way in humanity. So we're just searching right now. We're lashing out at ourselves and others.
Thank you. I definitely agree. And I think, and you don't even have to leave your house to see what the Joneses are driving nowadays. You can look at your phone, you can look on your computer, and the Joneses is posting it to your page right now. So you don't even have to pop your head out. The Joneses is right there in your face all the time. So I know for me, one of the most difficult things and one of the most courageous things is for me to constantly look at myself and to be able to look at myself in a lens of abundance, in a lens of authenticity, in a lens of, James, anytime you say anything of lack, it's simply a lie. It's a lie that, as you said, has been fueled by racism, capitalism, all the isms and stuff. So it comes back to that daily strategy to assess myself. And the more I assess, the more I dive deeper than the programming of, because I grew up sitting in front of a television, being educated by commercials, and educated by a lot of rap music, which is, I love it, but it's not the best thing for a developing mind. It took me a long time to say that, but it's yeah, so it's that constant dive deeper than my mind and into, for lack of a better term, in my heart and in my spirit and being aware of that. So, once, yes. I love rap.
Dr. Larissa, you just came by. You on my Christmas list, man.
And I can't speak for modern rap, but I can speak for old school rap. So I don't know what those kids are doing today, but yes, but that's not my comment for real. Yeah, I just want to say, I mean, it really does boil down to like what societal norms like shape, and internalized oppression, right? So whether it's white supremacy or capitalism, all of those things are drivers for um, why um, internalized oppression exists, right? Because we have what we consider a standard or norm to support by society, and then we feel within a subgroup closer to whatever that new norm right, is better, right? Than the subgroup quite often, right? So, yeah, so you're spot on. It's society, unfortunately. Schools are just a part of society, right? So it's very reflective of what's going on. So, yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Um, yes. I also love rap. I I was born in '86, and so I was like 10 years old, 8 years old. So I was, '93 is when Snoop and Dre really came out. So that was my first introduction to hip hop and rap and stuff, and it was just all about how to be a G thing, in which I still love. It feels good. It's home for me musically, rap. But a lot of those things don't align with my beliefs now as a person who I am and how I treat others. And I love rap, so we'll continue from there.
A lot of it is misogynistic, and I sometimes try not to use those exact words.
I know it's so hard.
We're gonna have to turn you on to the roots.
Yeah.
Give you some KRS-One.
Yeah,
Hit me up.
and
Turn you on some Paramount.
and I love all those artists. I had to go back to find them. So like I said, I'm rooted in G Funk era and Eminem, 50 Cent. Like those are roots, and I had to, as I elevated my conscious, I went and found the roots in KRS-One and Black New Beat Martin Farrell. So yes, that's a whole other series right there. But I would love to.
So I want to expound on that though. You just named Eminem, and I think Eminem is one of the most prolific rappers of internalized racial oppression for white males ever hear. Because he speaks about what a poor white person goes through. And it wasn't until I came to Maine that I actually seen that
It's
in
true.
reality, right? Because poor whites, where I lived at in Connecticut and New York, is out of our sight. So in Brooklyn, if there was poor whites, they sort of like hung out with blacks, right? But when I got to Maine, I actually seen like real white poverty, and I seen how they treated each other. And that's what I mean by we make our way by focusing on persons of color, and it gives them the out as if they don't have to deal with their own thing. One of the prime examples of internalized racial oppression, I hate to say it, is our former ex-president Donald Trump. I mean, what is making America great again? When was America actually great?
All right.
So he needs that feeling of being able to feel. This is where white supremacy really gets its power from. To feel like they are superior. And if you need to feel you're superior to somebody, then that means that you don't believe in yourself.
All right.
Right? That's the number one principle of bullying.
Yep.
Right? So if you feel that you have to bully somebody anywhere,
Total agreement. Total agreement. And a part of my awakening to understanding of true self was, and I want to give you all some resources, and I will throughout the rest of the series, some books and things that I've leaned on, and I'll be sharing more resources through the scan codes and stuff. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I don't know what happened to the rest of the title and everything, but it's really introduced me to the power of being present. As I talked about, being in the future, you can have anxiety, you can have excitement. Being in the past, you can be depressed, you can be in a state of romancing the past, and that feel good sensation there. But coming into the present is the greatest tool in being able to assess ourselves and create a foundation for healing. Yes, thank you, Eckhart Tolle. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'll be sharing some resources throughout the series. And another resource is Timmy Tut. So this is a children's book where we implement those mindfulness, meditation, and yoga practices. It is a full illustrated book. A third grader can read it and get a lot out of it, or you can read it to any grade and the students will get a lot out of it. You can check it out at princetimmytut.com. There's 2 books in the series. We're bringing more, and we do presentations and things about those for grade schools, K through 12 students. And it's a great book for parents and those who work with kids. And then coming up, not this Saturday, but I think next Saturday, we're having our 6th annual Million Man Meditation. So it'll be me and another yoga instructor who has built a yoga studio in South Central LA, in an area where yoga has not traditionally been. And so he's making some powerful changes and strides in the communities, especially giving spaces to people of color in the community to practice yoga, mindfulness, meditation, and have a space of their own to start to develop this sense of awareness and consciousness on anti-racism. Amazing spot. So he'll be there teaching some yoga and giving some information. And then we also have Mr. Ernest Krim. He is a leading content producer on Black history. And so he's given a lot of amazing history for students. His predominant space is on social media. So you see a lot of students and educators just really getting a ton of content from him to start to understand what life was and where we are when anti-racism doesn't submerge history into its prejudices. So we're going to have this amazing event coming up on the 29th of October. Y'all can scan that code there. And if you're having problems scanning the code, I can send you the link there. And I'll send the link to Dr. Larissa this year. Right. Not this one. The next one will have J. Cole.
It's 5:30. I want to thank you all for joining us. I also want to just announce our next event, which is October 26th, which is Wednesday. The following day, we'll be back with James breathing through some wonderful things again. So I'll send a push out with a flyer for that series. It's about Arab visibility and invisibility, and the author, I believe, is chapter 32, will be with us on that Wednesday, and then we'll do a follow-up with James. And James, please do send us that flyer, and I'll push it out with everything else.
Thank you so much. All right. Y'all have a great day. If you have any questions or comments, there's my contact. Thank you so much. We'd love to hear from you all. And thank you so much. Y'all have a great day. Peace. Thank you. Take care.
How do I see you both places? Oh, is it
Oh,
because you're sharing your screen?
yes.
Okay. James, thank you so much. That was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you, Dr. Larissa. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for steering the conversation. I would have questions or whatever, but I didn't feel like I needed to tap into them at all. You were handling the discussion and people were responding, and yeah, that's awesome. So,
Cool.
yeah. So
Thank
thank
you so
you so
much.
much.
All right. I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not this next coming Wednesday, it's the following.
following. Okay.
Yeah. So, and you know, there's 4 more sessions. You said 3.
Oh, okay. Yes.
You know that they're okay. So this
Yes.
is the series of 5. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for taking time out of the middle of your day here.
All right.
So,
Thank you. Enjoy.
okay.
Bye.